If you're still relying on just keywords for your Google Ads, you're potentially leaving a lot of high intent traffic on the table. Custom audiences lets you target people based on what they're searching for, the websites they visit, and the apps they use. And most people just don't use them at all or just incorrectly. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to build out custom audiences within Google Ads, when to use them, and how they can dramatically improve the performance in your ad account. Hey everyone, it's Axel here, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about Google Ads custom audiences. So just keep in mind for this video, the custom audiences I'm going to be talking about are primarily not for search campaigns, and instead these are used for PMax, display, and YouTube ads. There are rare cases where you can use them for search campaigns, but the primary purpose of these custom audiences are for the other types of campaigns. I'm going to talk about 4 different types of custom audiences: retargeting audiences, platform audiences, customer lists, and then finally custom intent, or custom affinity as it's called. So let's talk about retargeting. To talk about this, I'm going to go into the audience section in the ad account. So in order to do that, I want to go on the left here and click on tools, click on shared library, and then click on audience manager. So a retargeting audience is an audience of people who have either been to your website before or who have done an action on your website before. To build one of these, what you want to do is you want to click on plus right here, click on plus website visitors, and from here it'll prompt you to name it. So let's say I wanted to build an audience of people who have been to my website in the past 180 days. I would call that website visitors and then put in brackets 180 days like this, and then I would select the segment members of visitors of a web page, specifically web page visits in the last 180 days, and then click on create segment. Now let's say I wanted to do this but for a specific page on my website. What I can do is I can refine my action and tell it the page URL contains, and then I would put landing page url.com right here, where the landing page URL is your URL to your landing page. And then from there, what this would do is it would create an audience of people who have been to only this page before in the past 180 days. Now, this is not just for web page visits. You can do all sorts of other retargeting audiences. So whether it's purchases, add to carts, initiate checkouts, submit lead forms, anything of the sort, pretty much any type of action that someone can take on your website, you can build a similar audience like this and then use that as a layer in your targeting in one of your campaigns. Once you're done creating your audience, you just click create segment right there. From there, that audience will populate right here, where you can then select it here, click on edit, and then from there you can add it to any ad groups or campaigns that you want within your ad account. So that covers retargeting. We're now going to move on to in-platform audiences. So this pretty much means app download audiences and YouTube audiences. Just like the retargeting audience, I can create an audience right here, and instead of creating a website visitor audience, I can click on app users. Now this is only for people who are advertising a specific app or SaaS through Google Ads. What you can do is you can create, in a very similar fashion, an audience of people who have either downloaded your app, been on your app, or done anything on your app in the past specific time frame that you give it. So that's how you would build it right here. When it comes to YouTube, you would essentially click on the plus button right here and then click on YouTube users. Mine is currently blocked right now because I don't actually have a YouTube channel connected to this specific ad account. So what you have to do first is connect your YouTube ad account to the ad account. So what you have to do first is connect your YouTube account to your Google Ads account. From there, this gray out section will be clickable. And then from there, the process is pretty much exactly the same as creating a retargeting audience. It gives you different options. You're able to create audiences of past subscribers in the last time window, people who have viewed your channel, people who have viewed videos. You can even do people who have liked your videos or viewed specific videos. So this type of audience is really good if you already have a big organic audience on YouTube or if you're running YouTube ads. So that's it for platform audiences. They're primarily used for SaaS companies if you're doing app downloads, and then the YouTube ones are primarily used if you already have an audience on YouTube that you want to leverage within your ad account. Next audience I'm going to talk about now is customer lists. But before I talk about these, if you like this video so far, feel free to give me a like and a subscribe below. That way you're updated on all my newest videos to come. So a customer list is when you upload a manual list either from one of your websites, an integration, or from a manual CSV file. And this usually includes a list of names that you manually handpicked that you want either excluded or targeted in one of your campaigns. So in order to do that, what you want to do is click on plus right here and click on plus customer list. Now it gives you a couple different options. Let's say you wanted to pull a customer list from your Shopify. You just go with this first one here, click on Shopify, and then follow the steps. However, if you want to do this fully manually and you have a CSV file that you want to upload to Google Ads, then what you do is click on upload a file manually like this and click on continue. From there, it's just going to ask you to name it. So you would call this customer list. So let's say I wanted to upload a customer list that I wanted to exclude out of my ads. That way my previous purchasers did not ever see my ads ever again. Then I would call this customer list, or potentially even current customer list. From there, you can label this customer type. I can label this as purchases, or I can just label it as nothing. All you're doing here is giving Google an extra signal signal by giving it this information. It's not going to actually change the list that you're uploading though. And then from there, you would want to upload emails, phones, and or mailing addresses, where you would essentially drop the file right here. Now, Google does provide CSV templates that you can use. Keep in mind, in order to upload one of these lists, you usually need to have a minimum number of contacts for this to actually work. And for each contact, you need to have the first name, last name, phone number, email, the country, and the zip code that these people are all in. If you have all of those 6 things and you have, I believe, at least 100 different names in that list, you can then upload this, to which you can then use within your targeting or exclusions in your campaigns. And finally, the last type of audience I'm going to talk about is a custom intent audience or a custom affinity audience. They're slightly different, but they're built in the exact same way. So to build one of these, you want to go into custom segments right here and click on plus. And I can call this, for example, custom intent. Now, keep in mind, custom intent is when you select the first option right here. Custom affinity is when you select this option right here. Now, the difference being that a custom intent is when you essentially give Google a list of different keywords and you're telling it, whoever has very recently searched these keywords or has the intent to buy in relation to the keywords you give it, then make that my audience. Whereas custom affinity just means that whatever keywords you give it, anyone who has pretty much ever searched that on YouTube or Google will be part of that audience. So it becomes much more broad. They're very similar to each other. You can pretty much think of affinity as the broad version and custom intent, so the first option, as the high intent version with people who more recently searched up these keywords. So let's say I'm advertising, I don't know, like a car brand, for example. It might make sense that in one of my YouTube ads, I want to maybe layer this with a custom intent audience of people who have recently searched up cars for sale on Google or YouTube. What I would do is I would create my custom intent here and label it as cars interest or something like that. Click this first option right here, and then I would start typing in my keywords. So I could put cars for sale like this, hit enter, or new cars for sale. If you're doing a specific type of car, you can put like car brand for sale and click enter. But what you want to do is essentially brainstorm a bunch of different keywords that people are potentially typing within this audience pool. Make sure they all populate here, select your custom intent, and then click on save. If you want something a bit more broad, so people who have at some point in their life searched up one of these keywords, then you would go with affinity, and this would give you a bigger pool, but of less high intent people. So once you're happy with the keywords you've selected, what you would do is click on save, and you can therefore now layer this custom intent audience to a YouTube ad, a display ad, or a Performance Max campaign. Now, here's a good tip specifically for PMax campaigns if you have not ran a PMax campaign before. If you're in a situation where you've ran a lot of search ads and want to try out a PMax campaign, what you can do is you can go into your search campaign, look at your top converting search terms and keywords for the past 90 days, save those keywords in an Excel file, and then upload those keywords into here as your custom intent. That way you're creating a custom intent audience based on the keywords and search terms that converted the best in the past 90 days. If you stack this onto either a YouTube ad or a Performance Max campaign, it gives it a much better signal and a higher likelihood of it working more quickly for you. So that's just a quick tip right there if you've only ran search campaigns before, but you are interested in either YouTube ads or Performance Max. So hopefully that gives you a good overview on the different types of custom audiences that you can build within Google Ads. Some of them are really good for retargeting campaigns, display campaigns. Some are better for YouTube ads, and some can be used for Performance Max. There's a couple of use cases where you can use these for search, but just keep in mind when you're layering one of these audiences to a search campaign, at that point you're telling Google, target the people who are searching up my keywords and who are in my audience. That can often narrow things down too much and not let the ads actually serve. So make sure you only do this if you're 100% sure that your keywords have a very high search volume and that your audience that you just built is broad enough to have the two stacked together. But hopefully that gives you a good rundown and you can start using these in your ad account. Now, if you want me to build some of these for you or just want me to manage your ads for you, feel free to book a call in the description that I'll put below. That way me and you can have a chat. And if you have any questions about the different types of custom audiences I labeled today, feel free to drop that in the comments section as well. Apart from that, hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one.